Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever felt like you struggle to connect with people? Maybe you find it hard to get your ideas across, lead a team effectively, or simply make people genuinely like you? You're definitely not alone. In today's hyper-connected, yet often disconnected world, these skills are more crucial than ever. That's why today, we're diving deep into an absolute timeless classic, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. First published way back in 1936, this book's principles are just as powerful, if not more powerful, today. It's sold millions of copies for a reason. It genuinely holds the keys to improving almost every interaction you have. So, if you want to learn how to handle people better, become more likable, persuade others effectively, and even become a more inspiring leader, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down the core ideas, share practical tips, and use relatable examples to bring Carnegie's wisdom to life. Stick around because this stuff can genuinely change your relationships and your career. And hey, while you're here, if you find value in understanding human connection and self-improvement, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and maybe drop a comment below telling me one thing you hope to improve in your interactions. Let's get started. All right, let's start with the bedrock. Carnegie lays out 3 fundamental techniques for handling people, and they're all about shifting our focus away from ourselves and our own criticisms. Principle 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. This sounds simple, right? But think about how often we jump to criticism. Carnegie argues that criticism is futile because it puts people on the defensive and usually makes them justify themselves. It wounds pride and arouses resentment. Instead of changing behavior long-term, it often just creates ill will. Think about it. Imagine your boss constantly points out every little mistake you make. Do you feel motivated to improve? Or do you just feel demoralized and maybe even start looking for another job? Compare that to a boss who focuses on what went well and guides you gently on areas for improvement. Huge difference, right? Carnegie reminds us that understanding why people do what they do is far more effective than criticizing what they do. Principle 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. This is the positive flip side of avoiding criticism. Carnegie emphasizes the deep human craving to be appreciated. Not flattery. Flattery is insincere, selfish, and easy to see through. We're talking about genuine, specific appreciation. Instead of just saying good job to a colleague, try something like, "Sarah, I really appreciated how you handled that difficult client call yesterday. Your calm approach made a huge difference." See how specific and sincere that feels? Look for the good in people. Acknowledge their efforts, and express your appreciation honestly. It costs nothing, but it can make someone's day and build incredible loyalty. Principle 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. This is huge. To influence someone, you need to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. It's about aligning your goals with their desires. Self-interest is a primary motivator for most people. Think about selling something. A bad salesperson talks about their product's features. A great salesperson talks about how those features solve the customer's problems or fulfill the customer's desires. If you want your kids to clean their room, yelling might work temporarily, but framing it around something they want, like having friends over in a tidy space or earning screen time, is far more effective. Always ask yourself, what does this person really want? And how can I connect my request or idea to that want? Okay, so we've covered the fundamentals of handling people without causing resentment. Now, how do we actively make people genuinely like us? Carnegie gives us 6 powerful ways. 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. This isn't about pretending, it's about cultivating real curiosity. Ask questions about their lives, their interests, their families. Remember details. People are naturally drawn to those who show an interest in them. Think about the most popular person you know. Chances are, they make others feel seen and heard. 2. Smile. So simple, yet so profound. A genuine smile communicates warmth, openness, and positivity non-verbally. It says, "I like you. I'm glad to see you." It's contagious and makes you instantly more approachable. Practice smiling genuinely when you meet people or interact. 3. Remember that a person's name is the sweetest sound. Carnegie calls a person's name the single most important sound in any language to that person. Using someone's name shows you recognize their individuality and value. Make an effort to learn names and use them respectfully in conversation. It builds instant rapport. 4. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Most people are more interested in themselves and their own problems than yours. Being a good listener means giving your full attention, asking follow-up questions, and showing genuine engagement in what the other person is saying. Resist the urge to interrupt or constantly steer the conversation back to yourself. Let them talk. 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Find out what excites them, what they're passionate about, and steer the conversation towards those topics. Even if it's not your main area of interest, showing enthusiasm for theirs builds a powerful connection. It shows you care about what they care about. 6. Make the other person feel important. And do it sincerely. Look for genuine ways to acknowledge their value, their knowledge, or their contributions. Ask for their opinion. Show respect for their time and perspective. Everyone wants to feel significant. Help them feel that way sincerely, and they will value your presence. Finally, Carnegie addresses leadership, how to guide, correct, and motivate others without causing resentment or damaging morale. This is critical for managers, parents, teachers, anyone in a position of influence. Start with praise. Before offering any criticism or correction, begin with genuine praise and appreciation for something the person does well. This softens the blow and makes the feedback easier to accept. Call attention to mistakes indirectly. Instead of a direct accusation, "You messed this up," try a more subtle approach. "I noticed a couple of figures here seem different from last time. Could we take a look?" Or asking questions can be less confrontational. Talk about your own mistakes. First, before criticizing someone else, mention a similar mistake you made. It shows humility and makes you relatable, reducing defensiveness. "I remember when I first started, I used to struggle with X too." Ask questions, don't give orders. Instead of telling someone what to do, ask questions that empower them to find the solution. "What do you think would be the best way to handle this?" This fosters ownership and initiative. Let the other person save face. When correction is necessary, do it privately and tactfully. Allow the person to maintain their dignity. Don't embarrass them publicly. Praise improvement. Recognize and praise even the slightest progress. Encouragement fuels motivation. Be specific about what they did better. Give a fine reputation to live up to. Express confidence in their abilities. Set positive expectations. People often strive to live up to the positive image others have of them. Make faults seem easy to correct. Frame challenges as manageable. Offer support and encouragement, making the path to improvement seem less daunting. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of Dale Carnegie's masterpiece, How to Win Friends and Influence People. As you can see, the core themes revolve around empathy, genuine appreciation, seeing things from the other person's perspective, and leading with respect rather than criticism. These aren't manipulative tricks. They are fundamental principles of human interaction based on understanding psychology and treating others with dignity. Implementing even a few of these ideas consistently can radically improve your relationships, your effectiveness at work, and your overall happiness. It requires conscious effort, practice, and genuine sincerity. But the rewards are immense. Think about one principle we discussed today. Just one. How could you apply it in your interactions this week? Maybe it's smiling more genuinely, remembering someone's name, or holding back a critical comment and offering appreciation instead. Start small, be consistent, and watch the positive changes unfold. I truly hope this summary was helpful and gave you some actionable insights. This book is packed with stories and deeper nuances, so I highly recommend picking up a copy if you haven't already. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of Carnegie's principles resonated most with you? Or maybe you have your own tip for winning friends and influencing people. Let me know down in the comments. I read and respond to as many as I can. And finally, if you got value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't already for more content on communication, self-improvement, and classic book summaries, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to be kind, be interested, and keep learning. See you in the next video.